Hello traders everywhere, Adam Hewison here coming to you from the digital studios of MarketClub. And today we're looking at a couple of ways to find stocks that are actually going down. It could be we're at a tipping point. We think that 2015 could be a correction in the market, and of course we want to be prepared for that. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. We're also going to be looking at gold as gold begins to make a turn. I'm going to show you a very interesting technical aspect in that market, and also crude oil, which is continuing to flop and go down. So let's get started right away. We're at our trade triangles, and this is how we find a lot of good trades. So we want to start with equities. You can actually pull this down and look at futures, indexes, mutual funds, ETFs, and so forth, penny stocks, Canadian stocks, Australian stocks, anything you want. Huge opportunity to search for and find great trades. So we're going to go under equities. We're also going to go under volume of at least 2 million. I want to trade with liquid stocks. If you get stuck in a stock that only trades 100,000, 200,000 shares a day, really it's going to be hard to get out if you need to get out sometimes. And we're also going to be looking at the monthly trade triangles. And we're going to be searching just for today. Okay, we want to, and it's still early in the day, so there may not be any there. We'll just take a look. Okay, the first one that comes up is Verizon Communications. Interesting. So there you see the yellow around the monthly. That means that happened today. It happened at $46.89. That's on the 12th, on the 9th, which is right today. And we'll take a look at that chart right now. So here's a chart. It's a weekly chart going quite a ways back, all the way to 2006. So it's about 8 years. So you can see that, let's just put a simple line chart on. You can see that the market's had a nice run up. But I think the couple of things I want to look at is, one, I'm going to draw a trend line from the very low and push that up, and you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. It broke through there, so the momentum's certainly broken. And I'm also going to put a Fibonacci retracement on this. So I'm going to click from the very high, drag it down to the low, and you can see a 61.8%, which is a classic Fibonacci retracement. Could take this market down to 36.90. So let's call it 37 for want of a better word. We're currently trading at 47. We have a monthly trade triangle today, which isn't shown on the weekly chart yet, but it will, and it is indicating this trend is going to be down. Now, a couple of things I would look at is, one is right here. If we go below this point here on a close-only basis, that's 45.85. This market's going to begin to accelerate down to these points, I believe. So again, it's a situation where you've got the RSI below the 50, indicating a pressure on the downside. You've got a trade tool like the triangles, indicating that everything's negative, and we expect to see this market go lower. Plus, you've broken this long-term trend line. The other thing that's interesting in this stock, and what I like to see with getting short on markets, is the fact that it's just beginning to round out on the top. So it's beginning to make that sort of turn, like we like to see, like that. And I think that's something you really want to check out. But again, that's Verizon, symbol VZ, Victor Zebra. Check it out, or at least put it on your radar screen. The next way we're going to find short sales is looking at our smart scan technology. So click once here, and that's going to bring you up to our smart scans. Now this is where you can find everything from a 1-week high to a 1-week low, 52-week highs, 52-week lows, strong uptrends, weak uptrends, long-term down, long-term up, so forth and so on. So you can see, but what's interesting today is if you look at the number of stocks that are a plus 100, meaning a strong trend, there's only 436 out of literally thousands. On the other side of the coin, you have over 1,000 that are on the downside. Again, a 52-week high, only 174, 52-week low, 861. So clearly the trend is down. Now, one thing you want to look at is possibly look at the crossroads down. So look at the, click here, and it's going to give us 225, which I think you'll agree is a lot of stocks to look through. I think that's way, way too many. So what I want to do is filter that and look at bar charts, equity, because last price, I'm going to say last price is greater than $20, let's just say. And I want to see the average daily volume over 2 million, like we've said before. And I'm just going to look at U.S. exchanges. I could look at all exchanges, but I want to filter out the Canadian and Australian exchanges. If you're located in Canada, you can look for Canadian stocks, and vice versa. In Australia, you look for Australian stocks. But I'm going to look for U.S. stocks. So remember, we have 225 Let's see what the number goes down to. 11. Much, much better. So here we are. We have some potential prospects that these markets could be turning around on the downside. And one thing that strikes me, I like coals. If we go below this level 54 level, that looks like it could be in trouble on the downside. I like that stock, and there may be some more during the day as we go on throughout the day. So check it out during the day. Check out some of the other scans we have. You can see, as I say, 52-week lows, very strong downtrend, and so forth. So these are many ways for you to filter and find what's going on in the markets every day, every second of the day. Let's go to our portfolio now. Let's take a look at gold, and let's take a look at crude oil. So here's gold. We'll look at that first of all. You can see we have triangles, a daily today, which is an indication of a buy signal. Now that came at 1,208, and the market's currently trading at 1,221. That was a good buy signal, up $19, up 1.64%. So let's go to that chart right now. Again, this is a systematic way to trade using our trade triangles. And this is a weekly chart. I'm going to go to a daily chart, and I'm going to scope this down just to a 6-month chart. So there's the move. Boom. Over the 50 line on the RSI. Again, we think that this market is beginning to make a turn for 2015. And I think that's the key thing to look at here, is how this market's going to react. Now we could take a trend line just from the high here, see what that happens. Well, there you go. Just broken out today. Gold's going to go higher, in my opinion. Over the 50 line, you've broken the trend line, plus you have a weekly trade triangle in place, plus a daily trade triangle that just kicked in today. So again, this market looks to want to go higher, in our opinion. So let's go to crude oil. All of our trade triangles are negative on this market, as they have been for quite some time. Last signal was right here, and that obviously looked really, really nice for us. That came in at 75.62. That's $11,000 ago, if you want to count it in terms of contracts. But we're seeing a little bit of a pop here. I think we're very close to a bottom here, but I'm not going to pick a bottom. You don't pick bottoms in markets. It's like catching a falling knife. So, one last thing I want to show you with the gold. Let me go back to that, because that's an important element I forgot to share with you. One thing that's really interesting, this is a weekly chart on gold, is the divergence. You can see it right here. Prices are going down. You can see that quite clearly. They're lower, 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 but the divergences are going higher, meaning it's losing momentum and it wants to go higher. Watch this on the weekly to go over 50. If it does that, then this market really will be off to the races. Hey, I'm Adam Hewison. It's been a little longer than we expected this video, but hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it, and every success using MarketClub. I'll see you tomorrow.